guys, this is Gwen from Ladies of Metal, and you're about to watch my interview with Eddie from Suicide Silence. So hey, this is Gwen from Ladies of Metal, and I'm here with Eddie from Suicide Silence. So what's going on, Eddie? Thanks so much for meeting with us.
No worries. I've been a friend and fan of Ladies of Metal. Ash has been a good friend of mine for a long time, and it's a pleasure and honor.
Nice. And you guys just put out a self-titled record on February 24th, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Is it safe to say that the sound has evolved a bit from the death metal records?
Yeah, I mean, you could say it's a complete departure from I guess you could say the deathcore traditional sound.
Right.
I will always say that Dan Kenny was a big proponent of making sure that whatever we did on this record was still going to be metal. As a band, we were just trying to push the boundaries. We were trying to go as far out of ourselves as possible. And Dan Kenny always brought us back. He was like, no, that part's not sick, or that part's too emotional. It's too this, it's too ethereal, blah, blah, blah. We need to get heavy here. We need to bring it back. And as much as we did kind of go away from the death metal and metal, we also would bring it right back. And I feel like this record had a lot of the same influences that we had before. It's just a different record, you know?
Right, totally. You got to keep it moving forward. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite track or a track that you would recommend for people to check out on the new record?
Oh, man. My favorite track on the record is track number 8. It's called Conformity. I feel like it's the ballad on the record that we really kind of hit our sound and flavor on the head. You know, I feel like that song has everything that we wanted as a band. There's obviously tracks where I'm really happy. I love the whole record, but I think Conformity is probably my favorite track.
Can you let us know what you will be up to this spring and summer?
Well, the spring, we're going to be in May. We're doing Rock the Range, and then July we're going to be doing Chicago Open Air. And then in between those, we're going to be hitting up Europe and going to be doing festivals out there and touring around those areas.
Awesome. So you guys are going to be busy. And then this is kind of a loaded question / can of worms question. But as far as the music industry goes, do you see a future there, or how is it changing for you as a band member?
I feel like one of the reasons we wrote this record was because of the shape of the music industry. For me, I've been watching kind of record sales really, really plummet. Even bands that are doing what fans want and need, giving the fans the same kind of music that they've been expecting from a certain type of band, they're still not coming out and supporting. There's a lot of kids streaming music, and the streaming services don't give the due respect to the musician or to the label that's making the music and putting the music out there. So it's just really hard to say that everything's going well in the music industry. Musicians are starving now more than ever, and there's a lot of musicians out there. There's a lot of bands. It's kind of too many. So that's kind of the reason we chose to do this record. It's because it's time to make music for ourselves and quit worrying about what the music industry is going to tell us or how we can turn a dime on our music. It's not about that anymore. It's about pleasing ourselves.
Well, I'm digging the new record. I like the new sound, so thanks so much.